Hey, what's up, everyone? How you doing? Oh, too much light. That's better. How are you guys? Hello, Birk. Hello, Johim. Hi, Pierre. Hi, Ramesh. Hi, Diane. How you doing, guys? Thank you for joining. Birk, do you stick to the 1 minute chart after 10? I usually, no, well, after 10 a.m., yes. 10 a.m. Eastern, yes. I switch to the 5 minute chart after 11 a.m. Hey Gar, hello Francine. Thank you for joining. Let me give it a second here. See if more people joins. Also doing a few changes here. All right. We are, guys, we are only 15 people. Should we wait a little bit? I know it's Friday. I know there's a lot of people doing crazy things on Fridays despite sharing the Friday rules. So people doesn't want to come here and face their mistakes. Hello, Sherry. Hello, Justin. No trade for you this week. All right. That's perfect. That what you did, it's perfect. It's active watching, right? Like active resting. Hola, Sebastián. Uh, some translation here. Only the brave ones trade on Friday. That's what Sebastián says. Well, it's always a Friday for me because I'm trading same day expiration on the indices, so it's always a Friday for me. That's what I enjoy of trading same day expiration. Not today, but most of the days. Most of the days. All right. Well, 20 people here. That's a very nice group. Thank you for coming on. Difficult week, FOMC week, OPEX Friday. It's all loser for me today. Yeah, that's, sorry to read that, Francine. I did. Hey, Linda, how are you? So I had two small losses today, and one small win today. So let me show you what I tried today. This is SPY. Let me tell you, now that we are just a few people, let me tell you something. I'm kind of disappointed about my execution today. I came today prepared for an OPEX Friday, product of my observation on my system. I understand that something happened this week. FOMC, usually the day prior FOMC and the FOMC day, we have, it's not a sell-off, but it's kind of a low adjustment on the indices most of the times. And again, in trading, nothing works all the time, and everything works sometimes. So FOMC week, the day before and the FOMC day, usually price adjusts to the low. All right, it kind of goes to the lower key levels, always waiting, always expecting, not a sell-off, It's just like, okay, well, if we are gonna wait, let's wait on the lower key levels, right? So that's an observation of mine. Go back on your charts, take a look. Don't ever take something that you heard on the internet as a fact, including what I'm telling you. Just please go double check, fact check this. And also OPEX Fridays, usually on OPEX Fridays, we have a sell-off. We have a sell-off, we have a low adjustment, and then the reaction. Sometimes it reacts with a deeper pullback. Sometimes it just bounces like today, right? Like today. So today, my bias, my trading plan was waiting for this pullback, waiting for this small sell-off, OPEX Friday. I was like, yeah, that was my idea. But guess what? Well, I tried this long position here. I've been watching this 662 on SPY for a few days, and I was like, oh well, I mean, price is curling up right here, nice pullback, reacted very very nicely here. Let me try something here, and it didn't work. It didn't work. But then look at this. I mean, price was actually, like buyers were defending 662, and I tried again on this reclaim. And I was stop out again, like a few candles later. Same day expiration. So these both losses were about 22%. But this is exactly what I was waiting for. So I just wanted to show you my two tries here. This was what I was expecting here. So this break retest 662, it started curling up right here. I tried on this candle. I was expecting at least high of the day, maybe pre-market high, maybe going even higher. Yeah, just both failed. And later on the day, I mean, look at this. Can you see here, guys? Where is this actually bouncing? Right at my entry, right here, 662.15 or something like that. Yeah. So just unfortunate. And later in the day, I took this reaction here. This 661, I just took a very small position here. I sold right here on this second chance. I sold right here. I got like 40% of that position, but it was a less than a half position. So small red for today, but well, that happens. What I'm taking as a lesson today, well, if I was prepared, if I was mentally prepared, and I came with my bias right set for going short on the market, well, my lesson is plan your trade your plan, right? So today I tried something different that I had planned, and well, I took the lesson. Lucky me, it was not like a expensive lesson, but well, this is just telling me, dude, just listen to your journal, do what you do best, and avoid what you are struggling to do right now. All right. Hello, Sven. Hello, Austin. 100% winners, scalping Tesla. Good. Congrats. Francine, you tried my first setup as well, did not reach my one. You are looking 1 to 1.5 risk reward. Yeah, good, very good. Diane, I'm also disappointed. Took SPY puts 943, something like here. Yeah, killed your position. Yeah. Eileen, happy weekend. You're very welcome. Green week for you. Good. Congratulations. Ramesh, yeah, pay attention to context. And I'm sure you are saying that we were on all-time highs on QQQ, so probably it needed to go even higher on QQQ. If that's the context that you are saying, probably you were talking to Luke, because that's exactly what he told me. Like, hey, dude, I mean, yeah, it looks nice, but on context, QQQ was struggling with all-time high, so I will wait for QQQ to actually do something, and then SPY, like just joining the party. But yeah, well, yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I was just looking at SPY, not QQQ at that moment. So yeah, so that's what happened. But yeah, exactly. So take notes about Ramesh's spreading here. Plan your trade, trade your plan, plus pay attention to context. Yeah. Yeah, no, no. Thank you, Ramesh. I mean, and that's exactly what happened today. I mean, I wasn't paying attention to context because, I mean, I'm always looking QQQ and SPY on the same on the same screen. It's just like today I laser focus here because I just felt that it was cooling up right now, right here, like super nice, and I just like I just missed the context. But yeah, exactly what you said. Thank you for sharing that. Eileen, 4 green days, 1 red day. Is this even possible? Of course it is, and we hope that this is your new normal, Eileen. We hope that this is your new normal. So just make sure that you understand what you did well and keep doing it, right? Like double down on what you did well and try to refine what you think has improvement opportunity. But remember, it's for me at least that's how I think. It's way more important to double down on what actually work than trying to fix all of the issues on your system. All right, so just pay attention to what work and do it. All right. Linda, you were puts on QQQ. Okay, well, let's go to QQQ. So guys, do you understand this, what happened today? I think the clearest or cleanest play was kind of this break and retest of this support turn resistance flip zone, and this actually, look at this will be like 140%. We just miss it. But well, that's fine. I mean, Monday will be a new day, and we're gonna get more of these ones. All right. Okay, well, let's go to QQQ. This was what I was. This was exactly what I wasn't watching on context, right? So QQQ struggling with this previous day high and rejecting very well right here, or not very well, very clean rejections right here on previous day high. So remember, QQQ is at all-time highs. So this is the context that I had to focus today, and I didn't, right? So QQQ trying to go higher, rejecting previous day high, rejecting all-time highs. So here is my context, and I just miss it. Actually, this downtrend line or this trend line was like super clear after this, after failing to create a new high. So again, right here, it was kind of the same thing. I will try this one here, this break and retest of this pre-market high. This actually failed, and let me tell you, what if we cut something here? Now it was a 1 to 1.3 risk reward, so yeah, probably no. I mean, I wouldn't take anything here. Maybe after watching like the second or the third candle struggling here, I will say like, okay, well, let's take a quarter of my position or a third of my position. But that's not what we are looking here, right? I mean, we were looking at least this high of the day, and even higher, creating a new high market structure to the upside. Again, it just didn't work. And well, I wanted to show you different opportunities here. Well, obviously this failed, this going long fail, but here you have two different opportunities. I wanted to show you this. You have two different opportunities as a retest of this downtrend. So I'm not drawing anything here, but this could be like a nice opportunity for a very aggressive short position. And let me show you right here what was happening with SPY. Give me 1 second here. This one here. So right here, well, I mean, you had right here around pre-market high, you have SPY struggling with this 662, but also creating lower highs. Can you see here? So yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, there were some hints about this, but well, again, I think the nicest opportunity here will be this one here, right? Like the break and retest of this support turned into resistance flip zone, and this is pretty much what we have on SPY, right? So this is the very same play on QQQ. So not sure if you guys were watching something like this. Francine, when you draw trend lines, do you always draw them from the wicks? You know what? I'm not even. I mean, this is just like a coincidence. I don't like trend lines, for being honest. I don't like trend lines. I don't have like a defined style for drawing my trend lines. But what I do is I try to get like an idea, right? Like, I mean, I will never take this here just because it touched the trend line, but I may take this second one because it's rejecting a key level. So I like to draw these kind of lines only to have a better idea and trying to identify relevant key levels, right? If something on this line it's aligned with key levels like here, this is something for me, but the trend line doesn't mean anything for me. All right. Gar, been trying lower volume of contracts, taking more base hits, taking profits as the market presents them rather than waiting for longer continuation and scale. Definitely makes my blood pressure good. Or down. All right. Yeah. So Gar, something that I just want to experience, share with you. Listen to your journal. All right. Listen to your journal. I used to take profits. My first profits on my trades. I used to take my first profits on a fixed percentage. And after going deep on my journal, I identified that most of the times, I'm not saying like all of the times, but most of the times, my trades actually hit my key level. So I was leaving money on the table, and I started actually doing way better on my trades, waiting with patience. I know sometimes it didn't work and I took break even or small losses, but most of the times it worked. So the lesson there was so big and so good that I actually reduced my size. And that happened at like probably like a year ago. I think like, yeah, last quarter, last year, that's when I figured out like, okay, well, instead of, like trimming my position on a fixed percentage, I'm going to wait for the high of the day or low of the day or the local pivot for my first trims. And I started making way more money. So I reduced the size of my trades and I started making more money. So I know it sounds crazy, but that's the power of journaling. Because when you gather good data about your trades, you can take these kind of decisions. You can make changes to how you execute your playbook, how you execute your strategy, right? So I just want to share how important journaling your trades is and how important it's to actually get the most of the details or the very relevant details about your trades. Not only the P&L. I mean, the P&L for me it's kind of secondary. What I do it's I prioritize my performance, my performance KPIs, my key performance indicators for performance trading. All right. So that's something that I just wanted to share for you guys that are on the Traders Lab. You have heard this story a few times, but that's the power of journaling. You can identify your patterns. You can identify how your setups actually work, and then after collecting a good bunch of data, you can start taking decisions, right? But you need to start gathering your data, all right? And it's also making good to your blood pressure. Neto, honestly, I don't trust the 1052 candle. Maybe I will wait, enter 1102, 1052 candle. All right. Why the yen? It was late of the day. Remember on indices, it's kind of different to my approach on indices. It's kind of different to what I have for the tech names. On tech names, I stop at 11 in the morning. It's like, okay, well, after 11, I just don't care. I'm not taking any position after. Actually, I don't enter into a position after 10:40. But I try to close all my positions at 11 when I'm trading tech names. But when I'm trading indices, I mean, later on the day, it gets a bit slower. I'm probably sometimes around lunchtime, volume starts to decrease, but that it's not the same case with volatility. I mean, volatility on the indices is kind of fluent whole day. So that's why I like indices. But I don't take trades after, I don't know, afternoon on indices. That's kind of my line of the sand. Um, you're very welcome, Gar. That's part of what we teach on the trading performance coaching program on the communities and also on my one-on-one program. So if you are ever interested in that, just go to my website and take a look to what I have for you. Okay, Linda, you was on a put QQQ 1044 1044 1044 here. Okay, so you were trading this breakout, right, Linda? This breakout 597, you enter here, you went out 1130. Oof. Well, first, what a beauty of your patience. I think you took like too much of a risk right here. It was, yeah, probably like $0.50 of a risk. Yeah, well, actually, this was a 1-to-2 risk reward ratio trade, right? So if you did something like this and you took, let's say, 597.50 and you were looking for this, yeah, this is a 1-to-2 risk reward ratio trade. I just think for indices, that's like a hell of a risk. That's a super huge risk, especially if you are trading same day expiration. I'm not sure that you do that. I think you don't do that, right? Waited to pass the 200 MA. Well, I don't have the 200 MA right here, but I know what you're saying. All right, guys. So well, that was QQQ today. Then look at this when it swipe this 596. Look at this squeeze, $3. $3 squeeze. That's like a 400% if you took the very bottom of this trade. Okay, guys. Well, let's go to AMD. AMD today. So let me tell you something. Today, you are going to watch a lot of my drawings. And I will tell you why. Just be patient. So here, I really like this break and retest reclaim of this previous day close above the 5 minute opening range. So I was kind of liking this trade here all the way to 159. So this 159, it was a 1 to 2.6 risk reward ratio trade, but this actually went way higher, right? So this could be a 1 to 5 risk reward ratio trade, but I wanted to show you this second entry here. This is my favorite setup. I know this is kind of, it's not overextended for people that it's like, oh well, no, this is already too high. Well, it's actually not too high, right? It's just like $2 from opening. So this is a really nice break and retest of the previous day high. As you know, guys, my favorite setup is the break and retest of the previous day high and low, especially the low, going short on the names. But well, this is something that I like. So if you took something like this break and retest of previous day high, and you take this entry here right above the body of the previous retesting candle, and you take it to the top of these candles, this was a 1 to 2.3 risk reward ratio trade. And well, I know this is like not too much, but well, for a Friday, it was a nice ride to key levels, right? All right. And later in the day, this is what I wanted to show you. All right. So I know you will say like, oh Neto, I mean, I'm tired of your head and shoulders thing, but I wanted to show you how this thing works most of the times. As we said, in trading, nothing works all of the times and everything works sometimes, but this is a setup that, you know, like you can see very often. And I'm not saying like, okay, well, let's take a look to this every day, but if you guys like taking puts, this is my favorite setup. So basically, how we need to find out a name for this, because break and retest of support, turn resistance, flip zone, I think it's just too much of a long name. But if you guys think on a name for this, we can actually create a poll and baptize this setup. Look, this has to be the cleanest support resistance setup I've seen so far. Yeah, head and shoulders. Well, just the difference with this, Kevin, the difference with this is that when you are trading head and shoulders, or when you are trading the pattern, you are actually entering here, right? Like on this candle 1105, it's the break of the pattern. So you take your trade right here. And what we do, or what I do, it's I wait for the retest of this area here, this support turn into resistance zone. All right, that's the only difference. I know this is the pattern, this is the head and shoulders, but I don't trade the pattern itself. I wait for the retest, and I don't care about the pattern. I care about this area here, this support turn into resistance area. Right? You know, sometimes like today, I think like today on SPY. Look at this SPY. This is not a. I'm sorry. Yeah. This is SPY. This is not a head and shoulders, but this is the support turn into resistance zone. What happened to QQQ? Same thing. This was resistance, then it was support turned into resistance again, and then this drop. All right. So if you guys think on a new name for this, please submit your proposals to my email. We need to find a name for this. All right. Yeah. Come on, Ramesh. You are making me feel bad about this. Yeah, I totally forgot about context today. But yes, exactly. So this is just what Ramesh is typing here. You don't care about the pattern, you care about the context, and the context right here is support, break, turn into resistance, and then that was a job. Yeah, you know what? I have I have a coach. I have a coach and a friend. His name is Stocks Pilgrim. If you don't know him, guys, you need to follow this guy. Go to Twitter and look for him. Stocks Pilgrim. This guy, he's kind of a wizard of SPY. That's the only thing he trades, but this guy knows, right? This guy knows. So look for him. His name. It's a Stocks Pilgrim. Uh, don't laugh at his avatar on Twitter. He likes this. If you follow this movie, like the um, Scott Pilgrim movie, it's the same thing, but he's just Stocks Pilgrim. So I learned this from him, and he calls us a similar setup the pull counter, and it's a boxing reference for like when you don't hit, like you are not missing the hit or the punch. You kind of give a soft punch, and then with the other hand or with the other arm you actually punch. So he has a setup, or he has a playbook for something like this. The he calls it pull counter. It's a boxing reference. I know that, I mean, boxing is not super popular. At least not in my not in my environment, right? But that's the reference. So I really like this. The case setup, kick into strong supply. I like it. I like it. All right. Pierre, 10-10 candle, 10-10 candle, 10-10 candle, 10-10 candle. Yes, it is. Look at this. I mean, it's actually this same thing here, right? Yes, it's good. Good eye there, Pierre. But yes, this is the same. This is the same. This is the same play, right? It's the break and retest of this previous day close. Previous day close on the 5 minute opening range. Yeah. So this is the very same entry, right? Yes. That's good. All right. So let's go to the next one, guys. Let's go to the next one. So here, look at this. Here, this is Amazon. I really like this break displacement retest of the pre-market high 5 minute opening range. The only thing that I don't like here is, well, I really like it. I mean, SPY was at the middle of the range. QQQ also was kind of at the top of its range. Eileen, Filipina. Yeah, Pacquiao. He's a hero. He's a hero. He was defeated by a Mexican. This Marquez guy. He was a monster boxer. But Pacquiao, he's a legend, right? All right. So I really like this Amazon trade. This is the break and retest pre-market high above this 5 minute opening range. It actually came back, retested this pre-market high. But if you had, look at this. This is the importance of having a good stop loss. If you had your stop loss at the bottom of this retesting candle, can you see the bottom of this retesting candle? Or just as yesterday, now I don't remember who asked this yesterday, but if you had your stop loss at the bottom of the candle that actually broke your key level, you never close another candle below your stop loss, right? So you should be managed to stay on this trade, and this actually came back, swipe this high of the day, and then it came lower again. But look at this. This actually had kind of an 84% rule, because even when we had this pullback here on the 5 minute, market structure is intact. Can you see? This is a higher low. So that's why this is still a good idea. Can you see here, guys? Can you understand why this is a very good idea? This second entry here, market the structure on the 5 minute, it's still intact. So because of the higher time frame or a higher time frame, this actually look good. All right. Jason, what do you think? Amazon 1004 candle entry 1004. The one thing that I don't like here, Jason, is that you don't have any displacement. I mean, you have like a few cents here of displacement, but this is something that I like. All right, this is something that I like more. I mean, this displacement here, this is a very bigger physical separation from this candle to the actual key level here. So is, do you think this is pre-market high, reclaim and retest? I mean, it is a reclaim, right? It looks more like a break and hold than a break and retest. They are family, but they are not the same thing. The break and hold, it's like a cousin of the break and retest, right? Same family, just like different parents. They look alike, but they are not the same. All right. Thank you, Jason. All right. All right, guys. Nvidia was also another very nice play. This is the break displacement. Can you see here the displacement, guys? This is not displacement. This is displacement here. This is the displacement here. Look at this candle here, 950. So you had this break, retest, previous day close, 5-minute opening range, reclaim of pre-market high. Okay, so a lot of confluences right here. So if you open your position right here, 958, today we didn't have any news. So you should not be worried about the 10 a.m. candle. I mean, usually it does something, but I mean, today we didn't have any news. So if you open your position right here, your risk is at the bottom of these candles here. These are the retesting candles, so you are setting your stop loss at the bottom of this. And what are you aiming here? Well, if you were aiming the previous day high, it was almost a 1-to-3 reward ratio trade. However, you have external liquidity here, 177.50, and I think that's actually a strike number for Nvidia, right? Yes, I do, Bets Boy. The first 90 minutes, 2 hours of the market, I am on the 1-minute chart. After that, I switch to the 5-minute chart. But usually the morning I just trade on the 1-minute chart. What do you do, Bets Boy? I mean, do you do something different? Let me know. We can take a look to fit your style. All right. So this is something that I like. And then my favorite setup: break, displacement, retest, previous day high. Do you remember? I just told you a few minutes ago. I just told you every day. My favorite setup: break and retest of the previous day high or the previous day low. Well, this is the previous day high. So if you open your position right here, second candle confirming the direction, and you were aiming this 178, this is a 15-minute chart key level. You got a 1 to 3.5, nothing bad for a Friday, right? And then, guys, look what happened. I'm gonna take this out, I'm gonna take this out, and I wanted to show you this. This previous high of the day was just a support, then we break, retest, uses resistance, and then another drop. Can you see? Yes, I know this is like a very obvious head and shoulders, but forget about the pattern. And just as Ramesh said, pay attention to the context. What it's actually breaking and retesting? Well, this area here above, I'm sorry, below the previous day high, that's your first signal, right? It's going back to the previous day range. It's going back to your previous day range, but also it's breaking this area here that was your resistance early in the morning. Was your resistance early in the morning. So now you are breaking this, pulling back, retesting, and then another drop. Do you see? Do you guys understand how this setup is actually working? Bets boy, the 1 minute and 3 minute is, well, what do you use? All right. Are you in trading community, Bets boy? Most of the people here, not everyone, but most of the people are on the Scarface Trades community. But we have some friends from the Wolves of Wealth. We have some friends from the Insider Options community. And yes, which one? And also I have some friends from Mexico, and like friends from other communities. But most of the people here, it's from the Scarface and the Insiders. So they use the 1 minute and the 2 minute charts. That's why I chose the 1 minute to show you this. All right, the 3 minute. All right, well, it's something very similar. You know what? The main difference with the 3 minute chart, at least what I see, is that sometimes you don't wait or you don't expect for the displacement. So as I mentioned here, for example here, right? Like if you were, well, right here, even on the 3 minute chart, you will have some separation from these candles to this key level. But in the 2 minute and the 3 minute chart, sometimes you don't wait for displacement, and you just wait for the break and hold above the key level, right? So that's one of the most important difference between trading on the 1 minute and different time frames. Is that with the 1 minute you actually see these kind of displacements here. For example, I think, for example, here, if you are using the 3 minute chart, probably you don't see any displacements between these candles and this pre-market high, and that's fine, right? It's just a different way to see the charts. But yeah, thank you for sharing, Bets Boy. So do you belong to any of the communities that I just mentioned, or something different? Anyways, welcome to this community. I mean, this community, as you see, we are friends from everywhere, and we just Scarface. All right. So okay, so yeah, so we shared kind of the all of the difference, all of the different break and retest, break and hold. With Vincent, yeah. All right, okay, guys. So again, this is the setup that I was waiting since the morning. So I'm kind of frustrated for the day, because I tried to go long on a day when I plan to go short, and I pay the price. So guys, plan your trade your plan. All right, so let's go to Tesla. All right, I was watching that a lot of you guys took Tesla today. I don't want to guess, but if someone could tell me what you were looking at Tesla today, something like this reclaim of the 5 minute opening range after bouncing out of this 425 1 minute opening range. My online friends, yeah, but because, yeah, for being honest, Eileen, yeah, from all of the almost 800 people on this community, I have the pleasure to actually met, like, I don't know, 10 of you. I would like to meet more people. If you guys are in Houston someday, just let me know and we can meet for a coffee or something. All right. Thank you, my online friends. All right. So this is the one thing that I was watching here on Tesla. For being honest, Tesla is kind of banned for me on Fridays, right? But okay. Ramesh, you come on, dude. You are the meta master. What are you doing on Tesla? So you took Tesla at the close of the 949 candle. 949 candle. Okay. Tony took it 951. Yeah, but okay, well, but the idea was the reclaim of this 5 minute opening range above this 426, 426, or well, this 425.70. That's a key level on the 15 minute chart. So something like this, or maybe like this, right? The one thing with this is the risk, but if you go to 429.50, this is actually a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio trade, and on a Friday probably this was like a 40% trade, right? Meta is hibernating. All right. Hey Ramesh, join the club with Luke and me. We are playing with SPY and QQQ. Okay, 937 reclaim. 937. This reclaim 1 minute. Yeah, no, Francine, especially you. I've been following your trades and what you are sharing on the Traders Lab. My recommendation will be try to be more patient. Use the timer that I told you the other time. I use a timer that I start at market open. And for me, now it's a timer for 10 minutes, but it used to be for 15 minutes. So until I don't get the timer, until I don't get the timer alert, I can't enter into a position. And guys, believe me, if you guys know me from the Wolves of Wealth, I used to take a lot of breakout trades on the first 5 minutes, and don't get me wrong, I was successful at that, but it was just messing my confidence and like my nerves because sometimes these fake outs are like super dangerous, super fast. So I don't like it. So that's why I switched to the break and retest. Because the break and holds or the breakouts are, I mean, they are nice, and they feed my adrenaline, but no, I mean that's not sustainable, at least for me. I'm in my early 40s, but I don't want a heart attack on on the next years. Yeah. As you see, Crunchy, dude, I mean, this is our daily exercise. I'm just mind dumping here, experience sharing, and looking at different entries here. Yeah, welcome every day, 1 p.m. Eastern time, Monday to Friday, at least for a few months more. We are thinking on moving this to 2 p.m. But I'm not sure, because now I'm filling my agenda with my coaching. With my coaching business, so the afternoons are getting crowded. So, but that's the plan. At least right now, it's 1 p.m. Eastern time. So you're welcome every day. All right. Bets boy, when do you usually take a trade? I mean, do you wait out some days? I usually wait like at least 10 minutes. I like to wait like 15 minutes because let me tell you something, Bets boy. This is the setup that I like. I mean, I like to take puts. I do take calls like today. I mean, today it failed. It failed, but I my specialty, or the setup that I like the most is this one. I mean, I let the name run. I let people to get their targets, and once it starts to cool off, I like this setup. I like okay, well, it's actually coming back to the range. It's breaking support areas, turning to resistance, and then I like these drops. Why? Because I'm super patient with my setups, But once into a position, I'm not that patient. So that's why I like puts, right? Because I don't want to be here like 40 minutes in a trade. For me, it's like, okay, well, 15 minutes, that's it. How much we got, right? Unless like market structure is super clear and all that stuff. But uh, that's why I usually wait at least 10-15 minutes, because I like indices, at least the indices, to develop price action and to show us their hand, right? Like if they want to go higher, if they want to go lower, and whatever the indices wants to do, then I start looking for the names moving on the same direction. So if market is going higher, I look for the names with the relative strength. If market is going lower, I look for the names with the relative weakness. So that's how I play. It doesn't mean that's the best playbook on the world, but that's what works for me. And also that's what actually most of the communities try to play. Uh, Not that much for Scarface, not that much for insider options. They kind of don't like to take puts, or not that they don't like, but they have a lot of people following them. So, like giving alerts on puts, it's a little bit different. So that's why they are always looking for the names with relative strength. So they want to go higher. Even Vincent, insiders options, they wait for the pullbacks and then look for the calls, right? They look for, like, okay, well, this name is coming back to a demand zone. Let's wait for the bounce of the demand zone and take our chances. So but I like puts. That's the thing. Hey Vicky, thank you very much. Welcome to this family. Welcome to this family. um It makes with the reversal stuff. Yeah. I'll wait out for it to be moving average. All right. Yeah, I don't use the moving average. The only time I use moving average, it's I use the daily 20 SMA, but for my long-term portfolio, not even for swings. I just use it for my long-term portfolio. So yeah, so it's just a different way to do it, right? So I was talking about Tesla, guys. So this is not a proper head and shoulders because we have a lot of consolidation here. So forget about this head and shoulders thing. Okay. Oh, well, forget about this head and shoulders thing. Look how this area here is being defended by buyers. Like, okay, well, we are defending 426, 426, 426, 426. And then suddenly sellers won the battle here. So sellers are pushing down the price and then using back, this is coming back for liquidity right here, 526, all right? So I really like this setup. Support, turn into resistance, and then the drop. And what you can do here is using your intraday key levels for these drops. So for example here, if you are taking something like this, you are using this second candle as your confirmation. Stop is at the top of your retesting candle, and you look for, let's say, intraday price levels, pre-market high. Look at this. This is a 1 to 2.7 risk reward ratio trade. Dude, I will take it every day. I will take it every day. Just make sure that you are taking profits on these key levels. So how I will manage this thing? Well, probably I will take, like on these candles here, a quarter of my position, then 2/4 of my position on pre-market high, and 1/4 to let it run. But I will be out on this candle. If we go back on this candle, it's like, okay, well, I'm cutting my position here. Hey, but it can reverse again. It can go lower. Yes, but right now, right here, it's like, okay, well, it's creating a higher high right here. It right here is when I'm starting to focus heavily on market structure. All right. Thank you, Ramesh. See you in the weekend. See you Monday. Mahendran. Oh, you took it back. Okay. Well, if you have a question, Mahendran, just shoot it right here. Okay. So this is the again, this is the kind of setup that I like. And then, guys, I mean, you can do the same. You can do the same here, right? Like, okay, well, let's look at this. I mean, this is actually, well, you are creating a range, right? So right now, you wait until you break this range, okay? You wait until you break this range. So here is your new range. So what do you want now? A break and retest of the upper side or the lower side of the range, right? Okay, guys, let's go to Microsoft. Okay, Microsoft here, it had a break and retest of this pre-market high. I don't know why I didn't do this here. Maybe sorry, something like here. Risk at the bottom of this retesting candle, and I will open my position right here. Previous week high above these candles, and I will be looking for, let's say, 514. It's a 1 to 2.1 risk reward rate to trade, but it's super close to this 15-minute chart key level. So I will try something like this. It's a 1 to 2.5 risk reward rate to trade. I like it. And then, guys, again, this is our play. It's support, turn into resistance, turn into support, break, retest on this support, turn into resistance, flip zone, and then a drop. Drop where? Well, to your intraday key levels, right? So what I like from, again, on a Friday, same day expiration, this move from here, 512.80 to right here 511.45. This is a 40% trade in 5 minutes. That's what I like. Can you provide me insights on Oracle and IBM long-term share? Well, I'm not providing advice for long-term investment, Mahendra and Vicky. This is mostly for, like day trading. All right. If let's do this. Let's do this. You have my website right here. Go to my website. There's my email. It's neto@tradingperformancecoach.com. Shoot me this question with the IBM and Oracle, and let's take a look to the chart. I can do that for you. Just shoot me an email there. All right. Okay, well, let's go to the next one. This is Palantir. Guys, Palantir, what's going on with Palantir? What's going on with Palantir? It's actually waking up, right? It's actually waking up. So what I had for Palantir today, I had these two opportunities here. This is a break and retest of this order block, one candle rule. Not sure how you call it, but this is an order block or one candle rule, depending on what community you are. But look at this. I will enter right here on the break and retest, and this candle is actually above these two previous retesting candles. My risk will be at the bottom of these candles, and I will be aiming where? To this high of the day. So this is a 1 to 2.4 risk reward rate to trade. But guys, actually this thing went all the way to here. Okay, so right here it's a 1 to 3.3 risk reward rate to trade. And this one, this is the exact same trade, right? This is the exact same trade, but this actually went nuts all the way to 1 to 5.5 risk reward rate to trade. And then you actually have a third opportunity of entry here. This is a baby scalp, right? I mean, if you open right here 177, and right now you are right here 183. This is a baby scalp, but what I want you to see is how well is this thing working here. Oh. Previous high of the day, break, retest. How do you call these guys? Imbalance, fair value gap. So again, depending on what community you are, this has different names. But this is an order block, this is an imbalance, this is a fair value gap. So this is the break and retest of all of these things. And going to 184 something, this was a 1 to 2.4 risk reward ratio trade. And I think that was really nice. Let me go there. Vicky, what do you mean good night? Where are you based? Europe, right? Or Asia? All right, Muhammad Palantir, what about 938, 940, 938? Well, again, this 938, that's a break and hold of previous day high. I mean, I like it. I like it, but this is a different kind of strategy, right? This is the break and hold. It actually held really well, and 940. Well, it's the break and hold of the previous day high, 5-minute opening range. I like it. It's just not a break and retest, right? But I like them, Mohammed. And with all this move here, all this relative strength here, it's actually really nice. It's a continuation of the move from yesterday. It's actually really nice. I mean, if you had a higher time frame thesis for this, those two were really nice. It's not break and retest, but they were like a good entries. Francine, what I don't like about Palantir is that the candles don't have range even when it's very bullish. What do you mean that they don't have range? Bye, Kevin. Have a good weekend. All right. Well, that was all that I found on Palantir. This is Apple. I only kind of like this. This was a great week for Apple, right? This was a great week for Apple. This is the break and retest of the pre-market high above previous day high. So this was very bullish after this squeeze from the previous week high. Oh my god, this is a very difficult name. Hello, Kawaljit Singh and Gangaya. How you doing, guys? Welcome here. Muhammad. Okay, let me go back. Let me tell you why, Muhammad. What we look well, again, they are two different things, right? They are two different things. The first one is the break and retest. The second is the break and hold. And the third one is the breakout. Okay, so when you want a break and retest, it's something like this. You are actually having a breakout. You are having displacement. It's a physical separation from the key level or the breakout price level, and then you have reaction on this key level for continuation, right? So this is market structure at its finest. All right, so this is the break and retest. All right, when you have a break and hold like here, you said 938 right here. Yes, here you have two different key levels. First, you have 179. That's a key level on the 15-minute chart, but also it's a whole number, round number, strike number. And also it's your 5 minute. No. Yes, this is your 5 minute opening range. All right. Okay. So here you are having a break and hold. So basically it's you are breaking out, holding this key level, and continuation of the movement. All right, continuation of the movement, but there's no physical separation like here. So this is what we call the break and hold, and it might look like something like the breakout, right? It's just like it breaks, comes back, and continues, but there's no this market structure like here, right? Like this move. Not sure if I'm explaining myself here. Yeah, if there's no clear displacement there, this is not the break and retest. It's more like a break and hold or a breakout. But the risk here is that this maybe I'm not saying this was here, right? But the risk here is that if what if it is just swiping this liquidity here and it comes back, all right? Instead, when you are having the break and retest, you are using this key level that first was your resistance, and then you use it as a support. So maybe you have one candle here, and then finally breaks and breaks, but it can go back. But if it has displacement here and then come back, retest this level and use it as a support. So now you understand that right here buyers are stepping in, and what you expect here, reaction for continuation. All right, so the break and retest, it's a way, it's a lesser risk strategy than the breakout and than the break and hold. High of the day is very close to yeah, so okay, not ideal exactly. So it's just a probability thing, right? The break and retest, when you have reaction on the key level, it's you are having better probability to actually work than just the break and hold, because the break and hold can fail and you won't be able to identify your risk like really clear. And remember, Mohammed, when you are taking a position on trading, what you want to identify first is your risk and then your potential reward. But first you need to take care of your back, right? You need to understand, okay, well, what happens if price comes back to this key level? Okay, well, this key level is going to be my invalidation level, and it's way harder to identify an invalidation level when you are trading a break and hold or a breakout, right? Because you sometimes, and I'm saying sometimes, maybe you have a system, but most of the times people don't have an invalidation level for this kind of place, right? All right. I hope this is clear, guys. I mean, let me know if you need further explanation. I can try. Uh, just giving my 2 cents here. Okay, well, that was the Apple thing that we were saying. Oof, look at this, 245. This is going nuts. 100% clear. That's good. Thank you, Mohammed. Thank you, guys, for engaging this way to the conversation. If you have questions, I mean, we can always take a look to them and try to answer. All right. uh, Venom, Coinbase. Yes, let's take a look at the end, right? So what happened here? What happened here with Google? Take a look to this. This is the area where it's failing. Break, it's just a support, it's just a support, it's just a support. Okay, resistance, support, 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 fails, resistance, drop. Do you see? Well, this is actually looks a lot like a head and shoulders, but this is what I'm saying, guys. I mean, this is a play that I like, and it happens all of the time. And you don't even need like a bearish day. You don't even need like a bearish day. You just need like a pullback, right? How to capture such moves? Well, first, I mean, you need to identify your levels on the at the higher time frame, at the higher time frame chart, and set your alerts, my friend. Like for example, Apple, it was kind of easy. Once, I mean, if you had an alert on previous day high, it was the easiest trade here. It was the easiest trade here because right here, I mean, it started to fail, and this support turned into resistance. But once you break again, you just look for the first entry, for your first entry point. And for example, I think the first entry point was something like here. This is your risk. This is your first. This is your first. Let's say 243. This is your first target. Look at this. You capture something like here. It's a 1 to 2.5. Hey, if you stay on this trade, you capture this. But you need to have your higher time frame thesis, right, on place. Well, that was Google. Google again. Look at this. It tried with this. Hey, Neto, how do you understand this? Well, guys, just look at this. This is resistance, resistance, resistance. Mark your area. Don't try to mark all lines. Mark your areas here, and you will see how it's actually working. And if buyers are defending these 253.50, guys, you have your entry point right there. All right. And Meta, well, Ramesh is already gone, so I'm not going. Okay, let's go to, what did you say? Coinbase. Let's use the daily chart. Well, what I will do here, guys, it's first mark. I'm gonna erase everything here. Okay. So first, I will try to go to my previous highs and previous lows, right? Oh, sorry, guys. Previous lows, previous lows, previous lows, previous lows, and then this is a huge gap. But then I will start looking for the previous highs, right? And this is how I do it. I go from the daily now to the 15-minute chart, and I look for relevant key levels on the past days. So right here, for example, right here, the 1 minute opening range was actually the support. I'm sorry, the resistance level from yesterday. So if you just mark your level here, and I don't know, like maybe your highs from last Tuesday, and now you have a few levels to play. So what you will be trying to do here on coin, well, you want to break this range 330, 360, or previous day high 351. So you don't play right here unless you are scalping, right? But if you want to catch one of these big moves like we discussed a few minutes ago, like with Mohammed, you need to wait for the ranges to break, right? Okay, thank you, Francine. Have a good weekend. um, Break and hold. Oh, BNH. What was that? All right. So this is basically how I draw my key levels. All right. So guys, that's all for today. That's all for today. For everyone that is new, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and also if you have a chance, go to my website tradingperformancecoach.com. I have a few resources available for you to download. You don't need to register. You don't need to leave your email. Just go there, click on download, make it yours. It's super useful. And this weekend I'm gonna add a few more resources for you. So if you have a chance and go to the website during the weekend, or maybe on Monday, you will find more free stuff. So guys, thank you very much, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye.